What it do, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I am here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 11, Episode 18 review. So the episode begins with us finding out that Jock's mom is battling cancer again. We found that out in the first half of this season. It's looking really bad at this point. He, along with Scrappy and Mendices, are out playing golf, and Mendices asks them about the whole egg situation and what would they do. And Jock was like, that's Yandy's body. Basically, I feel like he was trying to say he should be open to it, you know what I'm saying? And Scrappy was like, Scrappy dumb. He was like, that's going to basically be like her daughter or her child with somebody else. And it was just like, oh, why would you have this conversation with Scrappy of all people? Okay, you really pushing it with Jock. So Mendices then tells them how he was offered $100K for his semen, and when he asked Yandy about it, she said no. So I'm like, if it wasn't okay for him to do it, why is it okay for you to do it? And then you didn't even run it past him. At least he ran it past you. He could have easily snatched up that $100K and not said a word. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's a double standard there. Amy and Momma Dee are back together. Now, I was and still am a huge fan of Amy and Momma Dee. When they had their YouTube channel going for those years, I was an avid fan. I tuned into every video. I loved their pranks. I loved when she used to dress up like a dude or whatever and infiltrate his guy time. It was so freaking funny. And I just love them as a couple, as a family. And I could tell that there was genuine love. So when they broke up, I was like, dang, that's so messed up. Because for all intents and purposes, he was a good guy. Like, it wasn't no cheating or anything like that involved. So when we found out it was finances, I was like, ugh, I understand where Amy is coming from. Like, you got to get up and get out and get something. Like, we making all this money. It's not okay for you to be blowing it, getting high and going out to the club and just buying a whole bunch of stuff. And it was like she was carrying the weight of a lot of things. And when they broke up, Momma Dee took it really bad. He went on social media saying that they got money and got on, and she forgot about him. And they went back and forth on social media. It was really bad there for a minute. And then things quieted down, and it got to the point where they were at least able to be friendly with one another. So am I shocked that they're back together? No, because they have something there and they're great together. If he can do things right this time as far as getting his A game up, I think that they will be just fine. But her big thing is, when they broke up, her mama and sisters were not too pleased with how Momma Dee handled things. And when you break up, you be talking to your family and your friends about stuff, dogging him, bringing out all the negative stuff in your relationship. And you got to be careful with that, because just like she's experiencing, she's over it. She wants to work on it, but her family is not going to forget those things. But it's time for her to now tell her mama and sisters that they're back together, and she's quite nervous about that. Now, mind you, Momma Dee had a really good relationship with her mom and her family and everything like that. It's like he was literally like a son to her mom and dad. So this relationship runs deep. He also tells her that her relationship with Chaotic is a wrap. Like, all that friend boo bae crap is done. Daddy's home. You need to wrap that on up. We then see Jock at the car dealer looking for him a new car. He wants some retail therapy with everything he got going on. And Erica Banks comes by. Now, he's been mentoring her, helping her with her career and all that. So they sit down and talk, and she tells him about how everything happened with the 1501 deal, and how they're saying she owes them a $500K, even though she says after she had that hit song, she was the one paying for everything. Like, they didn't front her any money. And then she goes on to tell him how she stopped working with them, and now all of a sudden Carly is dating one of the CEOs of the company, and now is signed to the company, and how that's a mess. And then she brings up Carly telling her how Chaotic and Amy was all on each other doing the family reunion thing. And Jock in his confessional is just like, this girl just do not listen. Like, she need to be focusing on her career and not all of this drama. Like, that's what I'm here for, to help her with her career. I don't care about all this extra stuff. She need to get her head in the game. And I 100% agree. Now, I can understand her talking about the 1501 situation, but all of this stuff with Chaotic and Amy is just tired, girl. You need to fix them baby hairs and fix your career. Point blank and the period. But instead, she says that she's going to confront Chaotic about this Amy situation at Scrappy's divorce party in front of everybody. And Jock is like, I don't think that's a good idea. You might need to reconsider that, okay? Amy and Chaotic are out playing tennis together, and she tells him how she's working things out with Mozzie. She wanted to be the first to let him know before he saw it on the blogs or anything like that, because over anything, they started off as friends. She considers him a really close friend, and he was there for her during that year that they were apart. And he was like, girl, I already know. Like, I already know, big dog. And as they're discussing it, in walks Mozzie. And now he was supposed to stay in the car because he was picking her up. But he decided to get out the car because he needed to let Chaotic know that this little thing y'all got going on, whatever it is, it's a wrap. We back together. Okay. And so Chaotic was like, I mean, but you wasn't there. You was basically dead to the bed. And Amy was like, well, now he's alive and well, and as my best friend, you should respect it. And Mozzie was looking like, when y'all become best friends? When I dipped out the equation, she was like, yeah. He was like, oh, okay. Like, he did not like that. So Chaotic was like, you know what? Congratulations. Hopefully it'll last. If this don't work, don't come back trying to add boo and bae with me and this, that, and the third. And he leave. Now, in present time, Mozzie and Chaotic are cool. Like, it ain't no beef or anything like that. She and Mozzie are still together. There's no bad blood or whatever. And I actually think that Mozzie and Chaotic will be a funny duo together. I think that they will be hilarious. And I'm actually happy to see Mozzie on the show and them getting this bag together. Hopefully they get their YouTube channel back up because it is sorely missed. So then we're in South Carolina with Renni. She's throwing her son a birthday party, and she invited her baby daddy, Don. Okay. They don't have a good relationship with one another. He was in jail. He got out, and when he got out, he tried to like really step in and like run things, and wasn't willing to listen to her about their kids' likes and dislikes and how she's raised them. And so it caused a lot of tension. But with the passing of her mom, she really needs him to step up and help her, as he should, you know. But dude show up, and I'm looking like, I thought Shawty Low was dead. Like, what is going on? Dude looked just like Shawty Low. So, you know, it's awkward between them in the beginning. Spice and her kids show up to support, and Renni and Don sit down with one another, and he says to her, I want to apologize for miscommunications and not being around the kids for a long time, because I ain't really understand them like that. You know, I appreciate you holding it down. I apologize for the attitude and all of that I gave you. And she was shocked that he even apologized, because she said he's a very, prideful man. He does not apologize. And she really appreciated that. And like she said, I just want us to be able to co-parent and be friendly and raise these kids. So hopefully he's sticking to his word and helping her out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he should be doing. And that shouldn't even be a conversation. It's the day that Amy and Mozzie are going to tell her mom and sisters that they're back together. So they've hired a private chef to come in. Mozzie's helping cook. They got the table set up and everything. and her mama and her sisters arrive, and mind you, they didn't know that he was going to be there. They didn't know what was happening, so they're shocked to see him. And at first everything was kind of okay until they break the news that they're working on their relationship, and the mama is immediately pissed off and brings up how Mozzie acted when they broke up. And then she says to Amy, just a few months ago, I remember you saying to me, like, I'm free, I'm happy, and I'm single. You had a sparkle in your eye. And Mozzie was like, she had a sparkle in her eye with me. And the mama was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now, mind you, like I said, Mozzie was like a son to them. So her hooping and hollering at him, it's not even about him being disrespectful, because he wasn't being disrespectful, but she literally goes off on him like she do Amy and the girls. So do not think that Mozzie is anything like a Fabo or anything like that, because that's not the situation. Like, she's literally scolding him like a son-in-law. So the mama was like, no, I'm sorry. Amy realizes at this point in her confessional that she overshared with her family during their breakup. And I was like, you think? So her mother was like, y'all not going to make me be a fake B. I'm not going to sit up here and fake this, that, and the third. And Mozzie was like, well, we finna move back in together. And Amy was like, don't be smart mouth. Don't be a smart mouth. And the mama get to going off again. And Mozzie was like, I'm not. You might not be telling them everything that's going on. And she's not. She's like spoon feeding them. So the mama was like, is it your spot to be telling me this right here is BS? He got some god darn work to do. And I was like, mama, you gonna bust a vein. You are gonna bust a vein, mama. But they loved Mozzie. And I think that they are just really hurt how things broke down. But I agree, he does need to show and prove, and hopefully he's done that before they move back into with each other. Mind you, Mozzie has 2 kids from previous relationships. She was in their lives and all of that. It's a lot that comes along with this relationship, so there's layers there. But I still think that they're great together. I just need for Mozzie to get his bread up and take care of her the way he's supposed to. Then at the end of the episode, it's finally Scrappy's divorce party. Diamond pops out to support him, and he thanks her for being there for him, doing everything, and they hug, and it's real intimate. And so she was like, I can hug you now, you know what I'm saying, in a freaky deaky way, y'all divorced. So Scrappy was like, I heard you a couple of times, you was like, oh, the marriage over. So my D instantly got hard, rock solid, and my D curve a little bit. And she was like, we all know it curved. And I was like, what is happening here, Jesus? Now, y'all know I ain't never saw it for Scrappy. Scrappy looked like his upper lip stink. But something about him saying that his Peter Weeder curved a little bit, kind of sparkled a little tingle in my nether regions. I was like, okay, so that's confirmation why he got all these girls in a tizzy, why he can spin the block multiple times with all of them, is because he got some good pipe. And I was like, well, that figures, because he's a hobo sexual, and y'all can Google if you don't know what that is. So they flirting and all of that or whatever. Then we go back inside, and Erica is confronting Chaotic about the Amy situation. He playing dumb, acting like he don't even remember Amy being on the trip. And she then says in her confessional that she gonna trust him and trust his word. Okay, girl, you can't trust nobody with baby hairs that touch their eyebrow, no way. Now, mind you, yesterday, Scrappy and Chaotic just announced that they're having a dating show on what's that, Now That's TV or whatever app. So they about to be looking for love. So obviously neither one of them are in relationships with anybody. So it don't seem like this situation between Chaotic and Erica works out. And then lastly, we see Scrappy tell Momma Dee that he went on a date with Erica. And he don't want her to tell nobody, because she cool with all of them, except for Bambi. So she was shocked and she was like, oh, okay, I see you, Playboy. All right. And that was the end of the episode. I thought it was good, you know, jam packed. We're building up for a lot of drama, you know. I think that Scrappy do just need to be single. I think he need to leave Erica alone. He need to leave Diamond alone. Like, just start fresh and new. It's too much baggage there. But him and Erica still been kicking it tough. So, child, I don't know. You know, as of right now, him and Diamond ain't fooling with each other. But who knows about that too, child. That Peter Weeder is just for everybody. Overall though, I'm going to give this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta a B-. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. Let's talk. And don't forget, tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm dropping my exclusive hot tea filled video on Destiny Payton's ex-boyfriend Moses, now being married to former Love and Marriage Huntsville producer Sonny Minks. I told y'all I was gonna get the tea because Moses is from St. Louis, where I'm from. I did some digging. I found out a lot of information that y'all gonna wanna know. So make sure y'all tune in tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time for that video. You do not want to miss it. You have not heard any of this tea anywhere because it's some homegrown tea. Okay, I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.